Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy King CR7 here, back with another video. Before we get into this video, I just want to remind you all out there that y'all are kings and queens, and I hope you all are having a very blessed day. And I'm back with another Madden 23 franchise video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys the top 10 wide receivers to trade for in Madden 23 franchise mode. And before we get into it, it would be greatly appreciated if you drop a like on the video and sub to the channel, because a bunch of Madden 23 content is coming daily. You already know it's on the way, but nonetheless, let me explain to you guys something, how wide receivers and how position players are valued in Madden. So for example, we're going to go over to the first receiver that we're trading for, which is going to be Quez Watkins, right? So if you look at Quez Watkins on the Eagles, he's the fourth wide receiver, rated wide receiver on the Eagles. So probably he's their fourth starting wide receiver on the depth chart. But if we take a look at Quez Watkins, he's a 76 overall receiver, still super young, 24 years old, 6 feet tall, and his ratings, bro, 98 speed. Now speed in Madden has been the most important thing for years, and if you combine good size with good speed, you get a great wide receiver, and that's going to be a common theme throughout this video with all the wide receivers I'm showing you how to trade for, or that you should trade for. And I'm going to tell you why. Because what you're trading for the player, the value is insane, bro. Like, you're not getting this type of player in the draft class with the pick that you're going to be trading for Quez Watkins, right? So for Quez Watkins, what does it take to get him? Let's mess around and offer a fifth. See how close we get. It's literally almost there. You could offer them a fifth and a seventh, and does that get the job done for Quez Watkins? It does. A fifth and a seventh for a 98 speed wide receiver who's 6 feet tall, 24 years old, 76 overall. Bang! On to wide receiver number 2. Next up, we move to the Cardinals, and you got to scroll all the way down to their 5th wide receiver. Just remember, the Cardinals drafted this guy, Andy Isabella, over DK Metcalf. How crazy is that? But he's 5'9", 25 years old, out of UMass, 70 overall, 95 speed. You see his XP cap is around 7K. It's still not that high, and he's still super young, so you could definitely get dev breakouts with him. And the 95 speed, like I said, a lot of these guys we're trading for, they're just going to be speed demons, because that's what you want at wide receiver. In terms of what you're going to have to trade to get him, you could probably offer a 6. Let's offer a 6 just to start out the negotiations. You're literally almost there. So it's going to end up taking a 5th round draft pick to go out and acquire Andy Isabella. For the 3rd wide receiver, we're here at the Cleveland Browns, and if you play CFM, you know last year in round 6 and 7, this guy would pop up in fantasy drafts, and he's just absolutely unreal. He's the 5th highest rated wide receiver on the Cleveland Browns, 6 feet tall, 96 speed. He was a rookie last year. Now he's coming into his 2nd year out of Auburn, 69 overall. Look at these stats. He's crazy good. And obviously with a lot of these receivers, they're low rated. You know what I mean? So they're not going to have the craziest release or the craziest short, medium, or deep route. But trust me, as you get the player progressed and overall, those type of stats are going to take care of themselves. But let's go ahead and see what it takes to trade for Anthony Schwartz. I think the easiest player to trade for so far was Andy Isabella. Is Schwartz going to be easier? We're going to offer a future 6. That's like halfway there. So it's probably like a future, because if we offer a 4th, it's 100% going through. A future 6 and a future 7. Does that get the job done? No. Let's just offer them like a random defensive tackle. Like this guy, 33 years old, John Jenkins, 71 overall. And that is how you get Anthony Schwartz. Next up on the list is you got to go to the Tennessee Titans, and you have to actually go ahead and scroll all the way down to the bottom to find Racey McMath, a 92 speed wide receiver, 64 overall, but he's 6'3", a physical freak of nature. You're going to go ahead and trade for him, and this might be one of the easiest wide receivers on this whole list to trade for. Just offer them a 7th round pick. You get this guy, he's got good potential. Actually, it's not going to take a 7th, it's going to take a little bit more than that. So a 5th to get Racey McMath. Honestly, it might be a 6th that gets the job done instead of a 7th. But we went ahead and offered them a 5th, and you get Racey McMath. Next up is going to be the Chicago Bears rookie wide receiver. Most of the times, rookie wide receivers are tough to trade for, such as like Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Tyquan Thornton. Those receivers are going to be hard to trade for. But we scroll all the way down here to Velus Jones Jr., 6 foot tall, 94 speed. And this guy, I think, is incredibly easy to trade for. Let's go ahead to our draft picks. Offer them a 7th round pick. Let's just see how close it gets. Yeah, 7th isn't going to get the job done. You go over to a future. We do have a future 5 with the Packers. A future 5, nope, that's not going to get the job done either. So it's going to be a 4th round draft pick to acquire Velus Jones Jr. It's not. It's actually going to take more than a 4th round draft pick. But honestly, let's just go back and look at the player. This guy has 94 speed, 6 feet tall. Like, even, he's 25 years old. He is a little on the older side. I'm not going to lie. That's for sure. But it's going to take a 3rd round draft pick to trade for him, Velus Jones Jr. But he's much better. Oh, it needs a little bit more. I wonder if it's because we're the Packers and we're rivals. You know what I mean? Maybe they just don't want to give him to a rival team. But there we go. A 3rd and a future, or a 3rd and a 7th gets you Velus Jones Jr. Now with the Denver Broncos, you go down to KJ Hamler. He is lacking a little bit in the size department at 5'9". He's still very young, 23 years old, and he's already 76 overall. His speed is 94 with 96 acceleration, 93 agility, just obviously a straight burner. A 4th round draft pick is what gets it done for KJ Hamler. Next, we move over to the Chargers, and I have to say, when you go, don't try to trade for these players right when you load up your save. I probably should have put this in the beginning of the video of preseason. You want to make sure that you trade for them at week number 1. The value of them decreases immensely, to be honest. The next target is Jalen Guyton, 6'1", 25 years old, 71 overall, and he's got 93 speed, 87 jumping, 82 spec catch. He's not the quickest, but he's a more developed route runner in comparison to the other players that we've seen so far. But Jalen Guyton is extremely, extremely easy to trade for. Like I wouldn't be too surprised if a 7th gets the job done. We're over the cap space with getting Jalen Guyton. So what position do they want? They want D tackle. Do we have? We can offer them the rookie Davidson, DJ Davidson, and a 7th round pick. We're still over the cap. So what do you want? A right end? Yeah, Jihad Ward, and bang. Yeah, you can just basically offer anything you want. 266 overalls and a 7th round pick, and you get Jalen Guyton. Now we move over to the San Fran 49ers, and you're going to scroll all the way down to rookie Danny Gray. If you have been a follower of this channel for maybe the last 2 months, you would know I had him in my CFM, my last CFM of Madden 22, and I broke NFL records with this guy, bro. He had like 30-something receiving touchdowns. He was absolutely insane. But he's 6 feet tall, rookie out of SMU, 23 years old, 70 overall, 94 speed as a rookie, bro. He's going to go up to like 98, probably. Honestly, maybe by the end of the year, depending how you play with him, depending how much XP he gains to level up each week. But for Danny Gray, like, I wouldn't be too surprised if a 5th round pick gets the job done. Again, our cap room is just terrible on the Giants, apparently. So let's offer them some random right guard, Marcus McKeithen, and we're still over. We need 510K. We'll give you a left guard as well in Shane Lemieux. So a 65 overall, 67, and let's just go ahead and switch that to a 7th round pick instead of a 5th. Bang, 7th round pick, 2 60 overall guards, and you get Danny Gray. The Raiders love their speed demons throughout the time of history, and you could go ahead and pick up John Ross. He gets signed. He starts in free agency, but gets signed by any team by week 1. He's 95 speed. We already know who John Ross is if you've been playing Madden or paying attention to the NFL the last couple of years. He was kind of a bust, drafted by the Bengals. Very, very high pick. He's 76 overall, 95 speed, 88 jumping, bro. He's 5'11". I actually thought he was taller than that, to be honest. For John Ross, we're going to go ahead and offer them a 5th round pick. That gets the interest halfway there. So it's probably going to take, if you wanted to, a 5th and 2/6 if you have that on your team. That gets the job done for the speedster John Ross. Last, but honestly, I think this is the biggest bargain of any team in the NFL. You can go ahead and get Darius Slayton, 78 overall. He's got 93 speed. He's 6'1". He's still really, really young, 25 years old. You could really get Darius Slayton for cheap. I was honestly surprised when I was testing this stuff out how cheap you could get him for. Like, offer a 6th and a future 7th, or offer a 7th and a future 6th. And this, that's not going to get the job done. What am I even talking about? I think it's a 5th. Well, a 4th will definitely get it. But a future 5th. Let me see how close a future 5th gets. No, still not there. Alright, maybe this is, maybe it varies, I guess, from save to save. But a 4th, still no 4th. So a third, I mean, even still a third for Darius Slayton, 78 overall, 93 speed, 6'1". That's still really good. So it's going to be a third round draft pick for Darius Slayton. And guys, those are 10 wide receivers you could trade for in Madden 23 for. It's great value, and if you could develop them, they end up being phenomenal receivers because they already have the base of speed, and you can't teach speed. Guys, if you did overall enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It's been your boy, KingCR7. I'm out. Peace.